The Ghost Man, back again. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We're back. We're back in action. Let's get back into what's happening here for Bitcoin. Bitcoin getting a massive dump here to the downside. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. We're about to get it. We have it. We have it. No. No. Strangest thing about the capture is sometimes I have to unplug and unplug it for some reason, but we'll get it. We'll be there for you. I know we can do this. I know we can do this. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. Hope you're having a wonderful morning out there in this wonderful dump. But you know what? It's still a blessing to be alive, is it not? Shout out to everybody here. There's people that didn't make it through the night. We have to be honest. There's people that don't have the use of their legs. There's people that just do not have what we have at the present moment in time. So I say, dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me. And may more come to us. There's more opportunity waiting. These are great prices for Bitcoin. If 108 scared you, I mean, this is the time. This is the time to be alive. So if 108 got you kind of like, ooh, these are the good prices. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. And we're going to jump on into the chart, see if we can see a live trade here. I usually won't trade Thursdays. They're not my favorite day to trade. And we have a bank holiday. So you have to know when to chill and when to keep it going. And there are some times when you want to just kind of take a chill. And that may be today. So, but you never know. So we'll see what happens. That shooting star, I'm telling you, you never know, brother. I'm with you. And you know what? I'm going to have my positivity. It's going to change everything. One shot of positivity has me going all the way to the moon. No, seriously. It's called positivity. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for coming on in. It's really just like apple cider vinegar with some like nootropical, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. All right, I don't even know what it is. No, let's take a big sip of water. Lemon water, that is, too. Back to Bitcoin, 93,000. Let's take a look. So I put out a short last night for BTC. Let's kind of take a look at what was happening there on the 1 hour time frame. So I saw this as an M pattern. Okay. I did not trade it. I said to my trading group, I'm taking the night off. I'm not taking a trade. But look, in and I wrote this before it even happened. I wrote 91,883. And then my next target could have been all the way to 90,000. Look how we bounced off the first target beautifully. Boom. But had you gotten in right there at 94.2, rode this thing down to about 91.8, Ain't a bad trade at all, if you ask me. I mean, that's a beautiful move. Anytime you can get $1,000 to $2,000 out of Bitcoin, I take it. So even if it doesn't hit the measured move, if you can get $1,000 to $2,000 move out of Bitcoin, I mean, that's a beautiful move. So let's take a look at kind of what could have happened there. So look, that's a 2.3%. At 10x leverage, that's 20%. At 20x, that's 40%. And some people that do 100, I mean, who knows? That's 200% gain. So I'm just saying, that's a beautiful trade right there. It's up to you now. I put it out, I said, it's now up to you to move your stop loss, take profit, or, you know, do whatever, or sit inside the trade. It's up to you, right? At that point, I did point out that Bitcoin had a bullish divvy right here on the 1 hour time frame. I said, there's a strong bullish divergence here on Bitcoin, suggesting that that could be our bottom. So that's what I'm kind of honing in here on Bitcoin here on the 1 hour time frame. Bitcoin may be attempting to bottom there, you know, so there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. And now we take a look at, again, Bitcoin likes to find that reversal pattern, that inverted head and shoulder, you know. Everyone said, what about the FUD? The U.S. says they're going to sell all the BTC. I mean, to me, that's just really good fun. You got to have some good FUD in a good dump, right? Without good FUD in a dump, it just doesn't, you know what I mean? So I call it adding insult to injury. The market makers like to make it even sketchier. And so, yeah, I actually expect, I'm like, where's the FUD? Whenever there's a good dump, I'm like, where's the good FUD? You know what I mean? It's like a marriage. So when the FUD came in, I said, oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. To anyone that's been in a market more than 10 years, you laugh. FUD is the funniest thing in the world. It's like hilarious. It's exactly what you want. You're like, oh, that's good FUD. I'll take that FUD right there all the way to the bank. First thing I want to say is thank you to each and every one of you for showing up. Thank you to all my loyal lifers that show up every single day here on the stream. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. And may you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I was the guy that went over the fact that Bitcoin had a weekly bearish div for weeks now. While everyone said up only and told you that the market's only rip, I kept saying be careful, watch out. Let's go over some big facts here for Bitcoin, all right? And we're going to take away the moving averages for a second. We're going to look at the all-time history, and I'll leave that there. Yeah, you know what I'll do is I'll hide my work for now because it's a good, it was a nice trade last night. Played out pretty well. You can create a group. See how I did that? I right-clicked the group. And you can just write short trade, right? Call Wednesday night short, you know. And then what you could do is you could just take it away. But it's always there if you want it. You can slap it right back on, but then it's not in the way, right? So we're going to take away the moving averages. And what I want to do is I'd like to look at your RSI specifically. And we're going to look at on the 4 hour. All right. So take a look. That's not that oversold compared to the last dump we had. So you want to put a lines on the biggest dumps that we've had, right? Let's put a line right there and right there. We don't really need to go back too far. August 1st, right? And some other dumps there. That's cool. And then I'm going to go to the 1 hour. I won't even look at the 2 hour. Wow, the 2 hour. That's interesting. So you can see these are the biggest dumps. So you don't even need that one really. 1, 2, 3, right? I mean, the RSI rarely gets this low. Look, that's an inverted head and shoulder on the 2 hour RSI. That's like the lowest I've ever seen it. Last time it was this low was December 20th, November 25th. Let's just take a look at what that looked like on the charts, right? This dump here, this massive dump there. So this is considered a massive dump. And it still hasn't broken the previous low. If anything, it was a double bottom right there. See? Could be a massive double bottom here for Bitcoin. There's a chance. 1E and a 2E. Crazy. We did get the Adam and Eve to do some damage, but it didn't go all the way like it used to. It got rejected by resistance. Support or resist. Look, resistance. You got to break above resistance and use it as support. If you do not, you're going lower to the next, support. If you lose that, you're gonna, and so And then I always say, if you lose the point of control, you're going down. Right? We lost high volume nodes. I don't know. This wasn't like, oh my gosh, when we saw this dump, I was not, I said to my wife, man, I see a huge dump coming. Like 2-3 weeks ago, I said, man. I said, just, you know, because I always want to let her know. I said, brace yourself. You know, there's going to be some pain coming. I said, the charts are pretty spot on, and they're telling us. You know, and this is a complex head and shoulder. It's not even a head and shoulder. It's a complex head and shoulder. I mean, I see a shoulder here. You can even call that a shoulder. That's a head. That's a shoulder. That's a shoulder. And there's a nasty neckline. And you got a gap right down to 75,000. You see where that high volume node sticks out? I mean, that's the house that Larry Fink built. Bang. So to the downside possibly for BTC here. It's in the CADs. It's a possibility, right? We just have to know that this is like something that, you know, if you don't think this is possible, you're tripping. All right? I'm sorry to say. I'm not telling you this is guaranteed. Everyone's like, well, what do I do then? I don't panic sell. I would add DCA into my bags if I got a chance here. At the same time, I'm going to put what I'm willing to lose, and if it doesn't go right, I'm going to lose it all. All right? That's why I keep telling everyone, just the other week, I took some profits. You got to take profits out the market. Anyway, you're going to do whatever you want. Most people laugh when you take profits. They say, but there's a bull run coming. But there's always redistribution. There's ups and downs. It's never perfect. What you can know is that you're always paying yourself. Keep telling yourself, I'm the opportunity, not the market. It's me. So if there's opportunity out there, I'm going to find it. And that's it. Nothing else. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to make it happen in that way. You've got this. Your mental fortitude will push you. You know, I'm going to tell you a little story about a guy that started a YouTube channel, and the bear market came strong. That dude kept pushing every single day. That guy's trading group doubled when almost 90% of the other trading groups failed. Why? Because that person believed he was the opportunity, not the market. That person believed that they had the confidence when no one else did, that people would see that. And that would help. That would be the people that, you know, people would want to go and learn from that. You know, so by seeing, and then another thing is most people crumble in the tough times. So if you're strong in tough times, you stand out. And if you want to stand out in anything, business or life, you got to push through. Anyone that pushes through will become more successful. So I kept repeating the actual merits of success. You know what I mean? The baseline of success to myself over and over again. And I said, this is it. And therefore, we were more successful over time. I learned more about trading. I pushed myself. We found so much opportunity in the bear market. We 7x DMTR. I mean, it was pretty crazy. Anyway, so you've got to keep pushing every single day. You can't give up on yourself, and you can't get depressed just because of a couple dumps. It is what it is. We're here for the volatility, aren't we? So that's what we're here for. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. As my wife. I love you, wife. Okay, so 75,000 looks like a likely scenario with that node, and we could go to 67. There's two areas on the VRVP. There's a lot of buying pressure there at 67,000. It could melt us down there. There's good bearish divergence on the weekly. We're away from the 21. It all looks likely. All right. And it's funny, that looks bearish when you zoom in, and then I've already was bearish before that with the bearish divergence here on the weekly. I've been showing this bearish div on the weekly for a long time. Whenever you start to see bearish divergence on the RSI, we only saw it one other time right here on Bitcoin, this big and this large, and that was the end of the rally. Is this the end of the rally? I'm a firm believer of trend, and you have a low, a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, higher low, higher high. The trend stays until you break. You'd have to break 53K for me to believe that the bull run is over. So, you know, for what it is, it's just a massive bull run, and it's gonna have a bigger pullback than normal. It's going to have to sustain something like this, though. It can't dump. It can't break this low. See, once you broke this low, you know, honestly, this low too, because look, higher high, higher low, higher high. Boom. Once you broke that low, you came down. You'll come in for a higher, you'll come in for what? That won't be the end. Usually you'll come back. That's the exit. That's where you got to run for the hills. If you haven't run here. Anyway, we're still in an uptrend. But if that goes low, then we'll go like this and then we're done. You know, and you'll see, you know, we could be making a head and shoulder pattern. What if there's a black swan? What if something happens? We don't know. You have no idea. Right? I don't want to say it, but I mean, what just came to my head was what I don't know, did come to anyone else's. Don't say it. Don't write it, please. But that's the one thing that would not, you know what I mean? Think about it. What if that happened? What do you think would happen? You don't think it would? Yeah, so let's just, you know, I think we all just spoke telepathically, and I don't even know what. Let's move on completely. But you know what I mean? And I don't know. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. This looks like something dumpy is going to happen. I don't know what it is. So we'll see. And there's a chance, you know, there's always a chance of some bullishness. I'm always open-minded. The bullishness is we get some type of bounce here some way, somehow. But it just doesn't look likely to me. It looks like we're going to come to that 21-day moving average. You know? Looks like we're coming down to the 21-day moving average, in my humble opinion. My charts have basically not wrong, man. And I kept saying to everyone, 90% chance we pull back when you have weekly bearish div. It's 99.9. I said, I've never seen it happen. I kept saying to everyone, I said, if we don't dump, I said, it'll be the strangest thing I've ever seen, because this is a guaranteed end of a run usually every time. All right. So you take it how you want it. I don't want to be rude, but the 21-week moving average is, you know, the 21 right here is key. All right. Yeah. And it really doesn't matter. Call it whatever you want. It's the 21 on this time frame. It really doesn't matter what you know, you could scream and yell. I've been doing it for 20 years. Like, I call it a carburetor. You call it whatever you want. Right? I know how to put it in. I know how to use it. But God bless you, brother, for being like anally crazy. I love you for that, I guess. So look, back to the 21. Back to the 21. Overtime, my friends. I'll call it the 21 7-day moving average. How's that? Can't say. Wait, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say now? All right. And let's talk about, I put SEKOIA in the trading group. It's now up a 5x, and SEKOIA continues to rip. See, AI agents don't really care what Bitcoins are doing. And it keeps ripping. Look at this thing, continuing. And I even put it out there with a 560% gain there for SEKOIA back in December 17th. I think I was even talking about it a little earlier, though. SEKOIA. Why? Well, I knew about SEKOIA Capital. And when Virtuals came out, this is one of the first coins on Virtual. There was like 10 coins. It's one of the first ones. And so, you know, me being speculative, I said, hey, this could end up being big. You also get coins. Like, they're like, it's kind of like a fund. Like, you get other coins. I know people that made 20 grand or more just holding SEKOIA. So it pays to hold SEKOIA. Not saying it won't maybe pull back here again if Bitcoin takes another big dump, but it can handle the dump more than anything else. And there's a chance to get SEKOIA somewhere at 44 cents. I mean, I would look into that. But you do whatever makes you happy. But this is more than just an AI agent. There's something going on here. I would write this down. Another thing I want to put on your radar, if you're brand new to the trades, the CITDAIL on Griffin, because Griffin's hot, and it never really takes a day off. So to me, it just tells me that consolidation on CITDAIL could be pretty big. This also gets shilled on some other bigger channels. So, you know, I'm privy to I scan the other channels at 2 times speed and basically find out what's happening in the markets, right? So here's the deal. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look amazing, but it's, you know, these coins don't fall up. But I want to see that get tight. And, that, you know, and again, I'd be willing to speculate even in a Bitcoin dump area here. But again, it is kind of shoulder and heady, right? It just, you know, And if Bitcoin takes it down, it could even be, you know, it's a better idea. But just something to pay attention to. Yeah. Another thing people are all talking about is that CME on Bitcoin futures. And we've had it tapped down here for you for a while. There's a hole there on the daily, a gap, as we say. And it's funny because, you know, they almost get what they want every time. I mean, that would close the gap exactly. And bang, right? I did say to put some orders down here. I even had 77.6. You never know. 80,000. So I'd start stacking my Bitcoin orders between 65 and 85,000. Like if I had 40K, I'd be putting 5K, 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 maybe 8K, and seeing how much I could get. All right, but those would be the areas I'd be looking to stack some BTC. Right, if we came back down into that demand zone before we got a bounce. At the same time, I got to be honest, I'll probably be the only YouTuber saying this, but it could be the beginning of a bear market. It very well could be. There's a chance. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but there's a chance. All right. You know, I think Casper is, I don't really like Casper. I think it's pretty trash, right? But if people are speculating, they're speculating, right? Look, it doesn't even come up though. Yeah, you can't even find it there. On Dex though. Yeah. Didn't you declare it was alt season a couple days ago? Yeah, we had gotten back above the 200 MA. It did look like alt season to me, for sure. But actually, I mean, I said I have no idea what's going on though, to be honest. You know what I mean? A couple of days ago, I said we have massive bearish divergence on BTC. You know, when we bounced and we started to break above 97.2, things look pretty dang good. I'll be honest. Like when we lost 97,200, it was not. That's not a good look. Not at all. So, yeah. Bang, bang, bang. This is a crazy cycle. Could you take a look at Supra? Solana, please. When is Bitcoin dominance going to dump? I mean, that's kind of doing things, you know. Bitcoin back at 93,009. So the CME gap could get filled, but let's take a look. So that's the bearish scenarios, right? We just gave you all the bearish tones. It's down, down, down. And again, this isn't even bearish to me. That's a retrace to a 618 fib. That's called a bull flag. It just means we have a bigger, this is just a way bigger cycle than the last few cycles. Think about it, we pumped way bigger into the cycle, so there's going to be a bigger retracement for the bigger move. Like, you can't have a huge move without a healthy retracement. If we just kept pumping here, okay, this would be basically, that would have been a blow off top. And then we would have had to dump down to the 618 this way. And so we would have blown up to 144 and dumped all the way to 85,000. Here, healthier. Here we pump, consolidate. We pump. If we can consolidate, we can pump again maybe. You know, now that's how you can get to 170K. You go straight up to 140K, you're bouncing back to 80, and then you got to do the dance again. That just takes too long. So this is what you want. Like, this price action right here is what we truly desire. We don't want it to continue to pump. We want to pull back here on the weekly. We want retail and people to be able to get back into BTC below 100K. These are the desires of the of the people that haven't done no corner, man. We got to help them out. This is it. So, in my humble opinion, there's nothing wrong with this. This is completely beautiful. We see this happen to the 1 minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and we're all cool with it. So there's nothing wrong. And back to the 21 is what I say day in and day out. Stochastics reset, and we're actually almost halfway through the pain. I think we're pretty dang close to the bottom. I think we're about halfway through the bottom now. 4 more weeks. We get to February 3rd, Valentine's Day. We start our move likely back to the upside. It even says by April 7th, we could see $144,000 BTC. All right, it's a little steep. I'd pull this out a little bit. I think it's a little more like this, somewhere by May 5th. All right. And that just looks very likely to me on the bigger time frame for BTC. All right. Now I go to the 3-day chart. I do this every day. I do it tonight. I'll do it probably later on. Constantly looking at Bitcoin. And you can't say that's not a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder on the 3-day that wants to break down. This pattern breaks down 68% of the time. I'm a simpleton. I just say, hey, that's what's going to happen. I talked about the 3-day if you were watching my channel just the other day, maybe 2 or 3 days ago, maybe even. And I said, great time to enter a short on the 3-day chart. I said, God forbid you get stopped out for a little bit, but, and you'd be in the money if you took that 3-day call. I don't know, Sean, can you dig up that 3-day call for me? If you can. I'm sorry to press you there. I'll look at the DMs there. If you could dig it up, it'd be cool. If not, all gravy. You do so much. I love you, brother. Yeah. To be honest, Sharp AI's Holy Trinity, crypto, betting, and I like Sharp AI. We'll take a look at that. It's always kind of got my radar. Token Metrics liked it as well. All right. And what kind of, so that also, that's in the money right now. That short is in the money. And I remember I did talk about it. Can you acknowledge that I told you in, anyway, Bitcoin is flagging out to the daily. We were fine. Yeah. 3-day shows. Bitcoin is flagging out. Dan, we love you, man. You're the smartest guy in the world, Danny. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, that doesn't look good to me. And the RSI has a lot of room to come on down. Even in a bull market, the 3-day RSI can touch 40. So... And there's bearish div there on the 3-day chart, period. I mean, it is what it is. And there's bearish div right there. And when you have 3-day bearish divergence and weekly bearish div, that's a big deal. That's going to take some time. That's not going to be a small amount of time. And honestly, whenever you have a bear market, nobody tells you it. Everybody says we're going to keep going. Everyone says it's not going to stop. But honestly, this is just complete nastiness. All right. Yeah. So dumping, right? Let's take a look at the daily. The daily still has room to dump. It does have some wicks. It seems to be wanting to hold some support here. Possible triple bottom for Bitcoin, right? Go over the bullish scenario, the possible bullish scenario. It's hard to see. If anything, you could say this looks more like this could end up becoming a descending triangle. Then people will really be in denial. Right, and then we'll slowly dump. Then they won't know what's happening then. Right? So we could even get a pump here, and it could end up being just enough to suck people in. Something eerie in the air for me personally. Like, I may consider taking 50% off the table. I'm serious, and I can't believe I said it out loud, but I'm getting signs as a long-term trader, and these are the signs I always see. Again, either they're duping me from years of data, but that just usually isn't how it happens. When the 21 crosses the 50 on a big time chart, that's usually bearish, man. See, the last time you saw that happen there, it was the beginning of at least a dump there. We dumped there. We dumped there. There, it was just a little nothing, but we still dumped pretty nicely. And everyone's like, oh, we'll just go into demand zone, and then we'll bounce right back to the upside. This is a bull run. I see this is happening. And I'm the only guy telling you, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Because whenever I told myself what was going to happen, it didn't end up great. I had to play it every single day, one step at a time, and just look at it for what it was. It's the only way to win here. All right. He said, what about the major trend line? I appreciate that. Let's talk about it. Honestly, I see a bit of like a spider line here that you don't want to break. That could hold us down. So that tells me we don't want to lose like 89,000, 88,000. A chance we don't. Could even actually adjust it a little more. But this is the first time I saw this possible descending triangle. Anyway, that's a head and shoulder. It's nasty. That's a high. That's a low. That's a lower high. We are making a double bottom. You would expect a lower low. It's bullish if we can bounce here. And this would be cool if we just make a giant W. And we somehow get out of this. You know, I'm open-minded. Anything is possible here for BTC. Can you take a look at GALA? We'll take a look at GALA. Long-term holders sold hard into the pump. Yeah, but look to the left. That trend line has played a major role in price action. And we just popped right above it. We can range down to 88K and still pump back up. There's money looking to drive. I don't know. What everyone's saying here is all speculative. I'm showing you the charts, man. I'm showing you the charts. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, AI Tech. I bought the dip. Have you had position open the last weeks or months? How did it go? Much love. I mean, I've been in Bitcoin for years. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you know, so CME, I just want to see, okay, so this is kind of where I stand, man. Even if we get a bounce here, you'd have to get back above this point of control. See it, that red line, 98.5. That's a radio station back in 98.5, mixed 98.5. We got to get back above 98.5. That's it. You know, you get back above 98.5, I'll consider a bull. I'm going to even toss a 97.2 because they abused it. You know, but the first step is 95.3 and then continuation. There is a bit of a bounce happening there. Could we flip green on the daily? There's a chance. Let's take a look at our 8-hour time frame. It's finally pretty oversold here. And you're attempting a bit of a bounce. The 8-hour did lose the 200 MA. That's bearish. Once you do that, you're looking for the 12-hour 200 MA, which is somewhere here at about 87,000. But so far, we are getting somewhat of a bounce for whatever reason there. For BTC, we look at the 4-hour. The 4 hours attempting a bounce, and let's take a look at our 1 hour. So that bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame eventually came through. I feel like it was a elongated divergence, but that's bullish. I back tested it. Like I've seen this type of stuff before and looked at like 100 different versions, and it does play out. They faked the divergence there, came back for more, then decided to get it in, but it looks like you could get a bit of a reversal here back to the upside. Be willing to take a shot right there and just, you know, go back up to liquidity. Today, though, we have a bank holiday. You don't have the regular markets open. So it's a sketchy day to trade, period. You know, what I'd be looking for is that right shoulder here coming in on the 15-minute. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, probably twisted. Break above this and get the move. We looked for it last night. Same thing here. Did not happen. Played itself. All right. I put that out to the group. I said, now we got to watch for this right shoulder. There's a chance, you know. There was no, but it did not happen. So right now, there's a strong bullish divergence. There's a chance we get a move. And this is where this comes in. You can see the POC, and I can even put a line there. But you got to get back above that 95,300 resistance. Get above 95.3. You go through this little gap, and you come back to this global liquidity at 96.7. You get through there, and you get back up to King Tut right there at about 98.2. And then we're talking 98.5. Hey, there's a chance we're back at 98.5, and everyone said, you were scared, and we do bounce. But the overall big picture doesn't look amazing. It's going to take a couple of weeks for me to see what happens here before I jump back on that complete bullish board. I just got to be honest. Like, the charts have me seeing bearishness, and it's been confirmed. Now we're going to see where we go. With so much crypto money in California, you don't think the fires will have a negative effect on the market? Yeah. I am not worried about, no, I'm not worried. I don't worry, man. I believe in God, and you know, I've already died and been born and lived. It all happens at one time. Like, time doesn't exist. So I'm already ready for whatever's coming. And yeah, I transcend my body through space and time, and I don't live in fear, man. I don't.
I got rid of that, the regular concepts of time and space and the way other people live. I don't live like that. I live on a very different scale of reality, and it sounds strange to a lot of other people, but that's how you bend time and space towards your own reality. You don't become successful by accident. Luck is not created. Luck is not something you fall into, but a lifestyle you desire is created. People that can create their lifestyle are people that understand how to bend time and space through desire. Yeah. If you don't know what I'm saying, then I could teach you through subconscious mind healing. We get you on the right track. God bless everybody for jumping on in. Shout out to the 2,500 people here on the live. 466 likes, $10 in chat revenue. May God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in. Yeah. Is AI fun really ripping? Remember when we first looked at that coin back in the day? Nah, it's all the way done. But I remember getting that coin at what, 0.1 or something, but I sold it off way faster than that. AI fun, been a long time. So we didn't go, remember January 28th, 106, by January 28th? We were supposed to pump and then dump. But we made the right shoulder. Whoa. Things were looking great right there, came down. Things were looking great, down. And you can gotta see, I mean, when you make two shoulders. Oh, 94,000 though. Let's take a look here. So we bounced from a low at 91.9 all the way back to 94K. I mean, it's great for, there's good volatility there. I bet we crossed the 1 minute. Look, that's my signal right there to buy right when we cross the 1 minute. And there's the flags that I always go for. Sitting there doing the longer time frame, but you know, again, I mean, there's my signal. This is why I take the signal all the time. Damn, I would look so smart had I just bought that right now. But it's okay, I'll get back. But boom. So one of my signals is to use the 200 MA in the 1 minute. Did anybody take that today and make gains? Did anyone just make massive gains there with what I teach? Yeah. Shout out to the lifers. Did anyone hit that? Put a 333 if you hit that. I you know, buy when we cross the 200. Bang, bang, bang. So a lot of my students nailed it. Look at that. A lot of my students were all over it. It's this. I find it the greatest way to trade, safest way to trade. Look at that beautiful pump to the upside. Now, if you miss it, you flip to the 5. Now, once the 5 crosses, it's going to gap away for the 21. That's when we chill for a second. And this is my model now. We look for price to pump. It might pump even a little more crazily. Sometimes it does. If you're really bullish, you can get in here and trust that you won't break the 5 minute. 7 minute is above it too, which is nice. And there's your 15. Likely to make that right shoulder though, right? So you don't get too crazy here, but wow, look at that nice short squeeze to the upside. And if you take a look at BOOKMAP, we're going to get a little short squeeze. It only takes us up to like 94.4. Still has a lot of liquidity below us. It says all the liquidity is down to 88,000. So would it be too like amazed by what's happening here? If you look at BOOKMAP, look, BOOKMAP shows us where all the stop losses are, and it still says most people are long. Why would most people still be long down there? Like, dude, like close the trade, man, and don't give them liquidity to go for it, and we won't dump. So people create the dump, you see? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy by what the masses are doing. These are all stop losses. I mean, they're going to get rocked. So it gives a lot of money for the shorts. These little pumps just could be creating short entries here. But again, you can scalp them. That's the thing. It doesn't matter where the price is going. In and out. In right there would have been beautiful at 92.8. And I could just raise that stop loss. Made another flag there too. So wow, my system right there, I would have been banging on them had I paid attention. But it's okay. So let's go over what we saw and the two things that matter. We saw bullish divergence, very strong on the 1 hour. I did point this out before it happened. The thing about being a group leader is you got to be able to see things as best you can. Okay? And so at 9:24 in the morning, I said Bitcoin clinging to a 1 hour bullish divergence. Right? And you know, you want to see if that thing could bounce. So I was honing in on that and was wondering, hey, you know, let's get the bounce, right? All right. Shout out to Dreamland Music. Shout out to Gardy. Lernice Nakor. Shout out to Keston Sinclair, Matthew Sheldon, Captain Burrs, Jennifer Moffitt in the house. Shout out to Lotic Irrigation LLC. God bless everybody here on the live. So, I mean, that's a beautiful move there on the bullish divergence. Can it get a bit of an inverted head and shoulder here too as well? You know? So I like what I'm seeing there. Look at the 5 minute. 5 minute getting a nice punch above the 200. I don't chase with the 21s away. So what you want, well, in a perfect world, you would be able to make a flag somewhere here without losing the 200 MA. And if you do that, that's a trade for me. If somehow the price action gets so bullish, it can pull the 21 towards it, right? And again, using the fear to buy BTC. I always buy Bitcoin. Remember, I bought a lot of Bitcoin yesterday. You got to buy Bitcoin in these areas. For me personally, I can't chase the green. If I can't chase the green, then I got to buy the red. Right? I don't really have a choice. And we're going to take a look at that fear and greed index like we do every day here. The crypto fear and greed index. And it's probably looking pretty, 69. It's sitting at a 69, which isn't a bad place to begin to nibble for me. Send it back to 59 to the 80K into the shaded region. And that's when I would be buying BTC. I buy Bitcoin in the shaded regions in bulk. I nibble anywhere between 70 and below, and around here I really stopped buying it at that point because I know the time to buy was down there and I should have taken advantage. If I didn't, it's too bad. I'm hard on myself. The good prices were there. Don't be a lame-o. Right? I say take advantage of those good prices, Sammy. So while the 5 minute looking very, very, very kind of crazy, look like it may just go crazy here. The more it edges away from the 21, the better chances are that we make some type of flag. I gotta stay low key. Now, sometimes it'll continue to pump and I'll miss the pump. That's all right. But I can start setting up for this before I even get into the trade. So 96.2 could be where I'm going. And I'm not saying I'm not getting in right now. I'm just beginning to look at this. My signals that I go for are starting to come through for the reversal. 93.676. All right. Remember, I'm a human being. Some days I might not be perfect. Just remember that. I've hit so many times, people expect that I'll never be wrong. They're like, well, this guy is just, it's going to happen. I want to see this 21 come into price action. And then I want to see a boom, boom, boom to 96,200 for BTC. All right. Again, not a lot of faith. I don't see tons of liquidity. But again, this could all be fake and we could pump. This is not 100%. Nothing in trading is 100%. Remember that. This is very accurate, but it's not 100. All right. It is very, very accurate, but it's not 100%. Remember that. I just got to keep reiterating those facts. What's your opinion on MLC, Big Dong? I don't know what that is. Yeah. AI agents have grown. AI fun times 100. I don't know what that means. Yeah. RSR is all right. I don't know if it's a gem. It's all right. And wow, what a boom to the upside here for BTC. Continuing to rip these shorts apart. And the 1 minute really breaking the 200 was the go-to flag guy. And this little flag here with a beautiful measured move. Oh, come on. All the way to like 94.9. Looks like that's where we're headed. So nice pump back up for BTC. I'm not going to chase. As you can see, I'm going to sit on the 5 and wait for the 5 minute to come back to the 21. When that does that, if we stay above the 200, I'm going to take the trade. It's a model that I take and I hit more than I lose, so I'm willing to take it. You see what I'm saying? It is a Thursday, though. It tells me to be careful. But look, my model played out right there on a Thursday. Buy the second a candle closes above the 1 minute, and boom. Gone, baby, gone. What a beautiful move to the upside that was. And there we have, like, you know, the money printer cup and handle there. Came pretty close to the 786. Basically right there. Gone, right? Reversal. And then you just, you know, that could be the play of the day. One trade a day. I use the 200 MA on the 1 minute just because you never get the perfect moves here. I found it can be up and down. This one has a higher probability for me. All right. The FOMO I can feel growing inside of you. I know, right? Of course. Because because when you see your own methods play out right in front of you and you could be up showing everyone the big gains and being like, look how, you know, it's the ego, you know what I mean? When you win a lot of trades in front of people, you get a bit of, you know, it does give you an adrenaline rush. You get addicted to that rush. So I'm like, I think I lack dopamine when everyone gets dopamine from like their Twitter and all that. I get dopamine from hitting a live trade in front of people. You get it? I perform live and I want to, you know, I want people to see that I do it. And because I'm the hardest critic for myself. I'm a hard critic on myself. So I would like the people that I respect to be hard on me, really. I want you guys to see, hey, is he hitting it? What are his methods? How did they work out? And put me to the test. That 1 minute's looking so bullish. Sorry, and so is the 5. Let's bring this in, get small ball with it. And you can do this exact same thing on weeks, right? If you can't get the XE, weeks is awesome too as well. Link to weeks in the description. Absolutely love trading on weeks. All right, futures trading on weeks is a breeze and fun. Similar exact setup here on weeks. So we'll show you kind of how we do this. I would go to my 5. I like to expand the chart. Make sure you're on the trading view section here. See how it's original? Make sure on trading view. Very important if you're going to be mimicking what I'm doing. You got to be on that trading view widget. All right. Very important. Watch this beautiful, measured move, because you got to be able to see your measured move. It's about that wick to that. Yeah, that's about right. You get the long tool because you want to see, why am I getting the long tool? You're going to want to know your risk to reward. 100 for 300, right? And I like the stop loss, 1 or 2 levels below the 200 MA. Why am I doing this? Because I've actually sat here and watched price action for years now and seen this exact thing play out. So I know it plays out. And so if this 21 can get above the 200 and price action can show me some type of flag, I don't know how the flag's going to go. Anything. Again, I'm just throwing something up there. It might make an inverted, we don't know exactly what's going to do. And we're going to take a look at that, right? A move to 85K is almost 80% probability. If you did LE wave, it shows one more wave upside for a top around 130. Yeah, that makes sense to me, really. Pullback pump. But we don't have to get the pullback. It could continue to make a lower low, and we could go into bear market too. Like, that could happen. I know nobody wants to believe that. All right? But it's a possibility. I mean, the last run we had in 2023, there was 50 X's. I saw 100 X's. I've never seen so many people make so much money so fast. And everyone was like, that's not enough. And I'm just going over the facts, saying I don't want to be greedy here. I'm not, and everyone's going to say, oh, here's the guy that said the bull market was over. I do say, as long as we don't break the trend analysis, but it doesn't look, I have to tell you, like a rhombus is in a square, or no, this is that whole saying. I could be walking 100 feet, I could be walking a mile. But the same steps, the same first step begins. So I'm just saying, every bear market begins just like this. I'm not saying this is the beginning of the bear market. But the first step that we're showing, which is bearish div of the weekly, the breakdowns of the moving averages, those are the exact first steps you take when you go into a bear market. I'm just letting you know, and you can backtest this yourself for the next 10 years and see what I'm saying. All right. Let's look at something else that's kind of to break it down. I'm going to take a look at the 8-day Gaussian. All right. So far, so good. This isn't too bad here. You know, if I got it in the 1 minute, I'd be out already and have made my money for the day. And the day would be over. Again, good chance the 200 does come into play here. When we get the reversal of price action, that's when we get this type of movement. I should wait for the 21. I'd like to front run it though. I'm lacking patience today. Someone called me out in the chat like, I see your FOMO, Sammy. I know. Yeah, he's telling us what you need to know, not what we want to hear. Yeah, exactly. Buy on the 200, too bearish. Sailor will buy it all. 2 weeks from now, we're pumping huge and everything is over. I don't know, maybe. That could have been the bottom right there. There's a good, strong bullish divergence. I want to talk about why there is some signals that was the bottom, and that's what I wanted to get into. I didn't finish there on my bigger time frame ideas. I like this bounce here, and see, this is the smooth moving average. We can kind of hang around it, get above it too. That's going to be a very bullish sign. There's almost slanted Adam and Eve vibes here. That could get us back to the upside too, or at least pump us to 97. We get back above 97 too, I become a bull again, as crazy as that sounds. I'm like, all right, because that's weekly support and resistance. It's all about support and resistance for me. It's a big deal for me. Our big problem, POPCAT looks insane right now. I don't know why. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Like super good price or... Take a look at Wick. My baits are bleeding hard. Thank you so much, Mr. Blockton. The heat map says there's just so much liquidity below us that they want to dump us to the downside, but there's a little bit here to 96K. So it means they're going to sideswipe you. You know, they're going to go after the shorts like unexpectedly there is what it says, but it doesn't have an indication that it's going to do it. So it says this is just a fake out. We're going to dump. That's what BOOKMAP says. Can you please have a look at SLP, USDT, please? Don't be scared, man, please. Be scared, you know. We have a life to live, everyone. Our lives are still here, everyone. I don't care if you lose all your money. You're not here for the money. You're here for an experience. Every time you get attached to your money, you get super depressed because of your money. You can't really move. You can't eat because of your money. You've wasted your day, man. And you don't know that could be your last day of your life. I'm sorry to say. Today could be the last day of any one of our lives. We don't know. No one tells us when we're gone, we didn't know when we were coming, and we don't know when we're going. Right? We never, we can't remember it, but when we were born, we can't remember the ticket that we punched in. So, again, see how high the stochastics are here? That used to tell me not to ever take these trades. But I learned the power of the 200 MA. Again, we could be at one of these fake outs that just dumps us. That's why your trade's never that far away from the 200. The closer you can get in to the 200, the better. Like that wick was ballsy. Or gutsy, should I say, to the ladies. Thoughts on the U.S. being cleared to sell 6.5 Bitcoin? That's just FUD. We talked about it today. That's just FUD. Will they sell? I don't know. If they do, who cares? And shout out to anyone. Moment of silence here for anybody that is affected by the California fires. Those are absolutely horrendous. I've never seen anything like it. To me, I guess everyone says it can't be. It just looks something fishy there. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. But who knows? But all I want to say is, dear Lord, to the families that have been disrupted, even to the people, the multimillionaires that lost multimillionaire homes, the poor people that lost their houses, all the ups and downs, everybody displaced. I don't care if you were rich or poor, whatever it was, it's not good. And shout out to people. I saw people having to run out with their dogs, and one of the saddest things I've ever seen. And our country really is in a state of mourning right now. And they slowed the pump in the fire hydrants, like they slowed the amount of water. They redirected it for a fish and all sorts. I just hope the people of California wake up and they realize, yes, there were some accidents there, but they also took budgets away. I mean, whatever. I don't want to get too crazy. I'm going to leave it alone. But man, I I'm just like, wow, dear Lord, for all the families affected, please protect anyone that passed away, anyone that's hurt, anyone that's still dealing with it, anyone that still could pass and that's still in danger right now. Please protect them. We know not why certain people leave in our lives, but may us come closer to you and not further away when we deal with devastation and pain. Amen. Shout out to my mom and dad. God bless you both. I love you both for being here in my life every day in spirit. You know, in spirit, my parents live within me. They may have passed away in the physical form, but within me, they still live. My mom still speaks to me every day. I hear my dad. I know what's right and wrong. I know how he would want me to handle a situation and to take part. And so may God bless my family, and thank you for everything. And thank you for everybody here on the live. We appreciate you. We care about you. We love you. And we thank you so much for being here and spreading love, light, and happiness through the world. No matter what happens to the price of BTC, we have to find our right nature within ourselves, our frequency. And that must be the frequency we spread of light, love, and happiness. You cannot be denied when you live in love. Right? And so the number one thing that I like to talk about here is loving our fellow, humans and pushing ourselves to our limits so other people can be inspired to do the same. And thank you for hearing my spiel, but I love you all. 94.5, baby, 94.5. Bitcoin getting back in action here after a beautiful bounce to the upside, getting back above the 200 MA on the 1 minute. And it's kind of starting to spice up here for another move. $93,562. Not the best odds anymore, but that thing looks just like it's going to squeeze the shorts so bad. I mean, a little flag there on the 1 minute. $15-minute coming for that 21. The 5-minute above the 200. If I go deeper with it and bigger with the zonage, like something more like this, and then just take, that's what I've learned too, is like, if it's a riskier day, then I make the trade bigger, but I know I'm only taking the smaller pie. But I out target the trade. Does this make sense? And this way, it's less likely to get stopped out and more likely just to get the piece that I'm looking for. So I make a way more exaggeratedly big trade. Like it might be like 400 for 16, knowing that I'm just going for 250. But the odds of me losing the trade are way lower than if I try to hone in on the very small. Does this make sense? This is a bigger idea here. Again, there's more at risk at times depending on how you look at it. So it's 99,194. Forgot a 4 there. So like that would be 2 for 573, right? Now you'd make 573 up here, but then if you only get half the trade, you make about 170. Right? 170 would be this, and so boom. And you can do that, and then the odds of, in case they dipped it or did something funny, still a good chance you can make the 170. So just an idea there. It doesn't mean you have to do that. It's just an idea that I play with. Otherwise, we could be right close to the bone, and we can get into the trade, and we could lower the target rate, to like 97,274 or something, right? Just the odds of losing the trade a little higher. That thing looks mean, though. And now it's above the smooth moving average, which is another known signal for a pump. 93,638. I want to wait for this 21 to touch price and do it right the way I'm supposed to. Make a nice flag here. So we looked at the bigger time frames. I showed you there could be a small time frame reversal. Let me show you one other thing that I want to discuss here for BTC. All right. And I'll look at BTC here on the Bybit chart on spot. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the 1 hour time frame. And you can see, like, if you look at the RSI and you look at the dotted line here, we crossed it right there on November 2nd. Pretty nasty dump on the last leg before we were able to recover here. We crossed it right there on November 25th. We had that dagger dump. Okay. We crossed it. We almost crossed it on that nasty dump. We crossed it here on this real strong punch down to 92.2. Then we crossed it here. And then we crossed it here with strong bullish divergence. The strongest bullish divergence I've seen on the 1 hour since, I mean, right there's a little bit of bullish divvy. There was some bullish divergence right there. You see, we had this swing up. Well, this kind of didn't look too good. And then like right here, I'm just showing you that like these mark pretty significant dumps, even though it's the 1 hour time frame. And that tells you that we bottomed. I know it's crazy, but that says that we've bottomed. That says, because it's a rare signal. I mean, you can see it only happens once every few months. And if we defy a head and shoulder pattern, I mean, the bears are done, right? They're cooked. They got nothing. So, and then you're saying, so that's how I'm trying to show you, like I can. So if in the next 5 to 6 hours we break up, we get above this, right? Boom. We continue to rock. And then we, see, I'm a spot DCAer, so I'm looking to put in big chunks of money at the best places. That's how I make the most money. People throw their leverage trades all out of the play, I think, because most of the people just, they're pushing links and stuff like that, man. Let's get honest, you know? And I'm not saying I don't either. We all do it. But at the end of the day, I tell you the truth. I made most of my money trading spot. Just the facts. You know, I still need all of my exchanges to trade spot. Like, it doesn't matter. And I'm not saying trading leverage isn't awesome if used correctly. But you got to do it correctly. Like, look, if I make this awesome trade today and it plays out, that's awesome. I wouldn't be able to do that trade with, you know, I would have to use tons of money. So this scalp will be good. But I'm waiting for my signal now. The 21 crossing the 200. Price action getting tighter. Everything's starting to play out exactly as I've planned it. And if it can continue in this manner, we're going to be in a pretty good spot here for BTC. Thursday, 1100 for 33. Would be awesome. Shout out to Mind Your Biz, man. God bless you. Hope everything's going well, man. So sorry to hear what happened to your hometown. Yeah. Okay. We're getting tighter and tighter in the zone here, too, as well. Tighter and tighter. All right. Stellar Lumen's constantly making me money. Let's go. Yeah, we'll take a look at XRP. All right, let's talk about the folders that are coming our way. Tomorrow, Friday, we have unemployment rate. No, hold on. We have non-farm and we have the unemployment rate coming. And it comes, it's funny, you see this? I've never seen this, but why do we have the unemployment rate coming on a Saturday? On a Saturday morning? I never seen this. Is this wrong? That's why I was saying to my friend the other day, I said, I've never seen this, you know. And we had unemployment claims this morning, and that also was lower, which is, I mean, that's all bullish. It's just like, you know, crazy price action. That's why you got to look at what Bitcoin's saying. So Saturday, we have unemployment rate, which looks to stay the same at 4.2. I never seen unemployment coming in on a Saturday. So, and tomorrow we don't have anything. M2 money supply year over year, CNY. We have some FOM members speaking household spending year over year in Japan. Yeah. Wow, I have my coworker, but thankfully we're all safe now, and I have a carpool buddy from work today. I'm sorry to everyone that got affected by those fires. That is absolutely horrible. Just absolute insanity. I can't think of my whole life was ripped up like that. Shout out to the 2,800 beautiful souls here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset. We're looking at Bitcoin, possibly making a live trade here, looking for the opportunity because there is opportunity. We're looking for the 21-day moving average to come touch price action. We don't want to chase this just yet. We want to hang above the 200 MA. Hey, Sam, I'm in your group of trading from where I evacuated. Your prayers for CA mean so much. Thank you. You know what? Thank you so much for saying that. Hey, I can only imagine, man. We had our hurricane here, and again, I'm not trying to say I know anything of what you guys are going through, because I do not. But we had a hurricane here, and I imagine what would happen, and I saw a lot of horrible things, and there was people that got completely flooded. My neighbors actually all lost, the neighboring housing community all lost their homes, like, completely. And so I've been just seeing the devastation around town, and even in Tampa this year, right? And just all the stuff. And so I'm just very close to home seeing people get devastated. Then North Carolina, I mean, we've been through a lot. We have been through a lot. We have been through a lot. So shout out to everyone. And honestly, all these hard times are making the people that make it through, that, they're making us stronger. We're going to push through no matter what, everybody. We have to have the mindset that no matter what, we've got this, because we do. Don't let them take you away. Don't let them push you. All right. And shout out to the channel sponsors that stay with me no matter what, the ups and downs of these markets. Shout out to I Trust Capital, loyal sponsor. Buy and sell cryptocurrency, gold and silver with your IRA. They have Dog with Hat, SWE. And SWE, actually, I put 14 grand in SWE, around $4. It's still holding up. So SWE hasn't lost me any money right now in the market. It's pretty awesome. Sol holding 192 is awesome too. And look at XRP actually up 1.35%. We're going to talk about that in a second. SWE and XRP up today. I guess compared to the rest of the market, you can't. And even Injective holding that $21 region. So altcoins are really holding court. They're saying, certain altcoins are saying, man, we're good ecosystems. People bought us at good prices. We didn't have retail flock in hard enough. And so they're not getting sold off the way you would think they would. But this is I Trust Capital. Buy and sell cryptocurrency with your IRA. You can do it is amazing, right? Your retirement account. And they hold the cryptocurrency for you, Bitcoin, all that fun stuff. And you get a cheaper price than if you were to buy it on an ETF, right, for Bitcoin. So I firmly believe it's a better deal. So look, I didn't chase. Good thing I did not chase. Look, what if this just loses the 200 and we dump? That's very possible. Anything could happen here. It's a volatile Thursday on low volume. The bigger time frames say we continue to dump, and BOOKMAP suggests that we're going low. BOOKMAP is hanging, saying, hey, I got all the liquidity down low, baby. I mean, it's all down there. Look at that. All the way to 85,000. So they're saying 85K is a coming for BTC. Someone said it's tomorrow at 8:30. I don't know if it is, honestly, because that's usually spot on. I don't know what's happening there. Unless this, I think this is on like the wrong time. Hold on. I know why it's doing that. The VPN threw the time off. Yeah. That's got to be what it was. Yeah, unemployment rate. Right there, tomorrow at 8:30. Yeah. So sorry. I was using a VPN that threw the time off on the website. All right. Forgive me over here. I like when people make fun of me because you know why? It means that I'm willing to be live and be made fun of. Amen. And the people that make fun of me probably would never be able to go live and get made fun of. Couldn't handle it. So shout out to them. It's a reflection of themselves. TEMA, WIF, POPCAT, GALA, DEAI, and SEN. Let's look at our puppy TEMA here. So CITDAIL on Sol. I like the concept. And who's behind it is a bot, so I don't see how it couldn't continue. I was saying we ripped this up to 10x. And I was saying I think it's, whenever you 10x an unknown little nothing. Again, I never bought the coin, so I'm not trying to say I even, but again, it was a nice call. It's attempting the Adam and Eve double bottom. It's attempting to bounce. If Bitcoin bounces, this will bounce. If Bitcoin dumps, this may just continue to go low. Bit of a shoulder head and a right shoulder there that could dump on you too. This thing could completely dump. You never know. So I'd be careful. All right, I wouldn't put too much weight on it. I'd be done with it personally, but you do whatever makes you happy. I probably won't talk about it again, But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. It's a meme coin, man. It's not like it had a team. It didn't build something. It wasn't like, it's not near protocol. It's not Phantom. Like, let's get real. A dog with hat. Oh. Just getting absolutely mucked. That's so sad, right? The most premier meme in the game. And again, when the market kind of fails you. And look at that. I mean, there's a head and shoulder there, right? Man, I'm sorry, everyone, but it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look amazing. Like, this would have to bounce. And the 3-day chart's very oversold, and I guess you're making you could say there's your cup and handle. But we're in like emergency situations now where coins have to do something. If they don't, they're dumping. Like, you don't pump here. If Bitcoin doesn't get some type of bounce here, this is over. This is a wrap. Pretty garbage, you know. Your daily says it has more to go, and you lost. Whenever you lose the 200 MA on the daily time frame, you barely retested it. There's usually more downside. That's shoulder head more. You know, I'm sorry to say, but I mean, this thing could go. The sad thing is the measured move is a negative number. But I mean, people could sell it off back to 50. It could go back to where it began. Like, nobody cared about these things. They just thought they would ride when the bull run rode. A lot of people think the bull run's over. I'm telling you right now. They're selling off. And you know, some smart money sold off up here and here. You see? So the people that took profits aren't pissed right now when they see the market dipping. Let's take a look at POPCAT. You gotta be a realist. Stop listening to everything. What happens is most of the market are young kids too, between the ages of like 30 and 22, and they're all telling you, and they're full of ape and, you know, hey, it's up to the upside. You want to listen to the grown men out here. I'm 42 almost. I've been beaten by these markets. They've lied to us 1,000 times. They told us what was going to happen. It never did. I'm a realist at this point, you know. I'm a lifer, man. And so let's be honest with each other. Like, it's a bunch of speculative garbage. And if Bitcoin can't hold weight, these things collapse. Because people do not buy them because they believe in them. They buy them because they think they're going to make money, and they don't have faith. A lot of these people that buy these coins have no faith in themselves. They're not going to hold. Look at POPCAT at low prices back to 55. I mean, that's the bottom, right? Either we're bottoming out here, or we're in for some type of just, you know, you're going to hang out here and consolidate again. Doesn't look amazing. I have to be honest to you all. We may have to begin to short and learn, you know, we'll do the short clinics and, you know, we'll find the opportunity in this market no matter what. But even everything was booming. They got above the 200. It looked like we made our higher lows back below. They're back below the daily 200s. I'm telling you, that's when I see Bear City. That's when things aren't good. And we didn't even lose it here after all the dump. Then they pumped it up and then lost it. And there's these little like kind of shoulder, head, right shoulders everywhere. And whenever I lose a daily 200 MA, I'm looking for the next support zone. And so you know, and a lot of coins are on light support right now. Let's be dead honest here. A lot of people are going to sell today. They can't handle it anymore. They just can't. There's capitulation in the air. I'm not going to sell because I'm willing to lose what I put in. See, that's how you win. You have to put in what you're willing to lose. But if you don't have what you're willing to lose, I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. You'll be devastated, emotional, and it might last a few years. It did for me when I lost my first bundle and didn't understand what was happening. And maybe that's just par for the course. People got to get beaten to learn. We really need a bounce here for these altcoins. Something like this gets tight. The 200 on the 1 day. Oh, so we didn't lose the 200 on the 1 day. What was I looking at? I was looking at the 4 hour. All right. So the daily didn't lose the 200. Oh, so sorry. I didn't even like freaked out. I thought that we had lost the 200. That ain't too bad then. Man, I just like twitched from like complete devastation. Well, that when you lose the 200 on the daily, look, I mean, that spells pain. We don't want to lose the daily on the, the 200 MA on the daily, 200 daily MA. It's just not a good sign. Get the bounce here back to the upside. Head us back to about 87297. And that would be actually a beautiful move here for GALA. So still bullish on GALA. I still like GALA. I like GALA where it's at, actually. I hold GALA, so it's holding up pretty good. DEAI. Everyone loved this thing. It was hot sauce. And now it's not sauce. Funny, right? But getting a dump all the way back down here on that fib. Back down to the golden Paquito. Even very low, very, very, very close to the 786 Fibonacci level. I mean, that's where you want to think of accumulating a coin if you truly believe in it. And it would have its next measured move. Wow, a lot of these coins have been getting rinsed for weeks now. Since the beginning of December, there was no Santa rally. There was no alt rally. Right? We had Movember, we had Pumpvember, Movember. All the coins are moving on Movember. And we, some things are still holding from their pumps, but, that's your 786 Fibonacci retracement. Previous resistance is support right there. I mean, if you're keen to this project, I mean, that's a beautiful price. I'd have to watch Bitcoin right now. There could be more pain coming. Look, the model's not even holding so far. I mean, it is and it isn't. So we got two choices. See that little bit of a right shoulder? And look how long this takes. Usually it takes an hour or two for this 5 minute to give me what I want. Everyone thinks the 5 minute takes 2 seconds. Everyone thinks these small time frames are quick. Not even the 1 minute's not even that fast, really. For me, the more you trade it, the more it slows down. Like if you trade the 1 minute all the time, it's not as fast as it was when you first traded it. Plus, when you trade the 1 second, the 1 minute kind of feels like an hour. It is, I mean, right? 60 seconds. You need that balance. If this loses 200, loses that, then it's like the whole model kind of, right? Again, I'm not in the trade. This is a model that I take. And just because I trade this long does not mean I think I'm going to go long for the day. I don't really care where Bitcoin goes. I mean, I do in the long term, but on this trade, I'm a scalper. When I become a scalper, I go into pockets in my brain. The pocket of my brain right now does not care where Bitcoin's going to go at all. It only cares what I see here are the charts. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking for. Amen. Right? So if I get this bounce, we get tight inside the zone, I take the trade inside the flag. Mark Douglas trading in the zone. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. Anything could happen at any given moment in time. This is the back-tested scenario. And now, look, we may lose that 200. And look, there's an Adam and Eve there with bearish div. See the strong bearish divergence on the 1 minute? No go. Like, see how it resembles an Adam and Eve with a triangle top and a semicircle on the right side. See how it was an Adam and Eve and see how it played out as an Adam and Eve double top perfectly? You see this? Amazing, right? There's so much knowledge inside these charts every single moment in time. That'll teach you how to trade an Adam and Eve on the daily, on the 4 hour, on the weekly. And honestly, the best thing to say is I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. What I do know is when you lose key levels, I do know when we keep losing key levels that we go lower. Like if you can't get back above 98.5, we're done. We're cooked. Sayonara. And so far, that's looking like we may not even get back above 96,000. 95, right? 95.3 is the first thing. 95.4, really. It's the first level we need to get back above. Can't get back above that, it's a wrap. Again, that strong bullish divvy on the 1 hour. Just because I'm seeing it doesn't mean it will work, but it's telling me, hey, there's a chance that was our bottom there at 91.5. Maybe we just go sideways for 5-6 hours, 8 hours today. They play with some type of right shoulder behavior here and eventually break us out later on. Low volume, Thursday, not your best day to trade. Sentio looks beautiful coming back down to that fib after a huge pump. That's just kind of what these do, right? 618 golden pocket. Retesting. It might come all the way back down there and it might go to 0. Who knows? You have to remember how speculative you are in these AI agents. All right? You're not buying Solana. You're not buying Chainlink. Okay, let's take a look at what the chat said here. God bless you all. Shout out to Hyman Al-Wadi. Can we look at Solana if Bitcoin goes to 85? Solana goes to 85. Super chats, Dev, PPAI on base, ADA, Sen, Omikami, TMAI, AERO, and PAAL. Wow, alt's crashing again. No alt season, folks. Alt's getting pummeled. Bitcoin like we're going lower. This is tough business here. Let's take a look at PAAL. It doesn't mean we can't find gains, though. There's still coins pumping, which is kind of crazy. Wow, PAAL was never on MEXC, right? They come up with follow. It's on Gate.io. We'll look at the chart on Gate. PAAL had that crazy dump, right? Out of nowhere. So PAAL was 12 cents. See, remember, this is the run I was talking about. October of 2023. You got PAAL AI at 3 cents. And went up to 80 cents. I mean, that was the bull run. Like, the alts have been in a bear's market ever since. I kept saying, I mean, I've never seen anything like that. Like, that was the bull run, October to March. It's almost like they gave us a bull run before. Right? I mean, I see a pullback there for PAAL AI. It looks more bullish than most, though. And honestly, I just have to let Bitcoin kind of, you got to see the dust, you got to let the dust settle here for BTC. Well, when I tell you there looks like more pain coming, I'm telling you, there looks like more pain coming. Bitcoin about to 200 MA on the 5-minute. I mean, we're watching it closely to see how the 5 minutes reacting here to the 200 MA and if it can hold it. It's got to bounce here sooner than later now. It's got to bounce. Very bullish call to buy right there. Very gutsy. That's very aggressive. The buy there is aggressive. I've done it a few times in my life, but it's very aggressive. If I do the buy the bounce, I usually buy the bounce on the 1 minute, not on the 5. I don't know why, but that's just how I've been. You would expect this to bounce now, and then we're going to make this beautiful triangle, and then we're gone. This would be a great entry here at 93.8, and the 8s are really good places to get in, too. I mean, it would be 240, 270 for $4,000. Imagine that, right? But I could easily just lose 240 so fast. 130 for 2,000, right? It's a great risk-reward ratio if we get the bounce. And that's what, if you can study these key components and only make like these very daringly bounce trades, you have very low risk and very high reward. All right, that's a 7 to 8 risk-reward ratio. You do 10 of those and you lose, you could lose basically 7 of them. You only have to win 3 of them. I mean, you can win 2 of them, man. It's so crazy. Like, look at this. Say you put 100 for 2,000 and you lost 10 of these. You lose 1,000. Well, you win 1, you lose 2,000. So you win 1 out of 11 trades, you'd be up $1,000. I mean, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just showing you there's different ways to skin a cat out here. I'm not saying I do that. I don't. I like to get a higher risk. That's why this, 86,300 subs on our way to 90,000 subscribers and counting. We will hit 100,000 subscribers. That is the goal. If you can help me hit that goal, I'd greatly appreciate it. It will help you hit your goals. By helping others hit goals, you'll hit yours. You reap what you sow. When you help others hit their goals, you hit yours. So if you help me, it can only help you in the long run, in my humble opinion. $93.68, $93.638. It's like right. It's so close. It's got to be 416, and then it ain't too bad. I'm thinking to take it if we get this bounce here like we're supposed to off that 200. I want to see where this candle closes on the 15 minute. It's got 17 seconds. We're bouncing off the 200 MA here on the 5 minute time frame. Many people don't realize Bitcoin pumped almost 3,000 in like an hour. And then we see 800 retracement. They say 80K. What a joke. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah. I like what people are in their heads, but I can't be in there with you. But I love you, Shoulder, head, right shoulder. There's the bounce off the 200 MA with the 21 crossing. And I've been waiting this whole time for price to touch the 21 and stay above the 200. It's about to happen. I could front run it now a little aggressively. Very bold move, though, on the Thursday. Imagine, though, that becomes our daily, the bottom was that 1 minute. That's why I love that 1 minute cross above the 200. Right there, boom. I'm telling you, it's such an amazing way to trade. I tell people to demo trade it for like 100 trades and you'll figure it out. How was your chest pain today? Hope it did pass. Yeah, it's fine now today, which is so weird. No pain at all. That's what's strange about that thing. It comes and goes in waves. Yeah. So when getting in closest to the 200 over here usually can supply a lower risk. But you do you over here. I only backtested this for about 10 years. What does that mean? Nothing over here, nothing. I can't itch my face. I got an itchy nose, but I can't itch it because my glasses will fall apart. So it is what it is. All right. We need Fed Reserve emergency crypto bailout now. I know, right? Talk about it over here. Sammy, I have pants on. I have a beautiful pair of khaki pants. And I said khaki. Pants cam every day around 11:30. They want to see my pants. They believe I'm Kevin O'Leary over here. I got pants on, dude. All right? Beautiful khaki pants. Like, I look nice. Don't play me over here, all right? Don't play me over here. Should have the gray pants to match the gray shirt, which I usually do. All right, so don't laugh at me for not matching my pants and my pocket square. I tend to do that. And don't laugh at me for that, because I like to be stylish. We can still have a show. Just because Bitcoin dumps doesn't mean we can't have a show over here. Hey, get out of the chair over there. Hey, get out of your chair over there. Hey, I got you jumping. Who here just jumped out of their chair? Whose dog just jumped? Somebody's cat just looked out the wall. What the? Hey, I scared you goldfish, didn't I? I scared you goldfish. He jumped right out of the water. He's on the ground now. Go pick your goldfish up. He jumped out. He said, "Lifer." Shout out to everybody. I do my meetings in my boxes usually. Hey, my father would look down on me for that. He said, "Sam, don't be doing that. You better dress nice." Have you called your barber to see if they found the glasses? No, I did not do that. That's something we got to do. We got to do that. Thank you for saying that. Because they got to be there. There's only one place they could be. It's been a funky day, right? Thoughts on JASMY as an entry now. W pattern on the 1 hour on Sui. I mean, Sui's still hot. The only saving grace is some coins are showing signs of love. So I'm going to take the trade now. It's just too good. The entry looks too good. I'm pinpointing an exact entry here. And I could be wrong. It's very bold. But I could take the loss. Remember that. I'm only risking a small amount over here. Don't risk more than you could chew. Get it? I'm sorry. It's not. Well, it's Kata's funeral, right? Yes, that's what's happening. The markets are closed. And moment of silence for Jimmy Carter, man, and all he did for America. 100 years old, Jimmy Carter, another U.S. president, laid to rest. May the next U.S. president do as amazing or even more amazing things. May the next U.S. president be all unbelievable. May the next 4 years change our perspective. May God protect the United States. And may somehow the truth come out in the best way possible. And may the good shall inherit the earth, everybody. And may God bless us all, man. We're going into one of the craziest times, the age of Aquarius, where all will be revealed. And you can see it's not easy when things get revealed. A lot has been revealed to us recently. It all started with Harvey Weinstein. Remember, that was when it all began. I'm not going to stop there, but that's when it all began, if you remember. And from there, then it was Epstein, and then next thing you know, now it's Diddy, and it keeps going. Don't you notice? It's the age of Aquarius. If you haven't paid attention, things are being exposed at a mass level. So you think the world is just crazy and all these crazy things are happening. But actually, all these crazy things were always happening. They're being exposed more than they ever have. Amen. All right. So Nixon gave workers' right. Never forget about it. Luigi for president. Yeah. Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. Super chats. DENVE USDT. Corruption's at its peak. No. Don't buy more than you could chew over there. Trying to make a joke, though. No one understands. It doesn't look like that trade's going to play out on this Thursday with low volume. So I just assume not even trade it. DENVE pumping hard, huh? Interesting. Really nice out the rising wedge. But once you break a rising wedge, you usually make... See, this is how price action works. You start small, you make a flag. Then you'll make a nice little bull, and then you're making this like rounded... You can feel from the rounded nature that was going to go parabolic. Then it made a rising wedge. And then you're going to break out like the base. Then once you do that, you're going to get away from the 21 with bearish divergence. This is what the weekly looks like for Bitcoin. Watch, see this? This is going to blow your mind. Look. This is how I can tell you can trade anything you want with anything you want. This will blow your mind right here. Take this. Right? You got bearish div there. You can copy that and just go slap that on Bitcoin on like a weekly chart. And you would see, or we got a weekly over here. And see your weekly. I wonder if it'll actually work here. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's the exact same thing going on here. You understand? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, and there's your bearish divergence on the weekly. I just took this from DENVE on the daily, you see? And that's going to come back down to the 618 golden pocket. Like every time you ask me to do a coin, it's the same coin, but nobody realizes it. Every super chat is the same super chat. Every single edition is the same, you know what I mean? And so Bitcoin on the weekly, back to the 618 fib. I mean, this is just what happens. It's just so obvious to me. All right? And anyway, need I digress, right? Nice bounce off the bottom there for Bitcoin. Sammy, did he do it again? All the way up $100. Are you kidding me on the bounce? That's crazy. That's how you make some gains on the bounce, baby. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Takes a lot of guts to call a bounce like that with 2,000, 3,000 people watching over here. And hey, who knows? Let's not count my chickens before they had cheesy over here. But look, I'm looking for this inverted. I'm looking for the pump alum. Up 126 in less than 5 minutes. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Anybody take that play? I'm the king of 5% over here to the upside. Let's get excitement going. Let's get your blood rushing. Let's go, baby. Stop getting depressed. Get out of your pajamas. Get out of your boxes. Oh, yeah, get out of your box. But, take a shower. Throw some water on your face. Let's get going, baby. These are the days to be alive, baby. Let's go. We can do this. We can make some gains today. We can add to our portfolio one step at a time. We can breathe light into these dark times, man. They can't stop us. We got to keep pushing. We got to keep pushing. Shout out to Mod Your Biz with the 333 in the house, man. Seth, I love you. Great guy to travel with. He is, man. I've traveled with him a few times. I remember the first time being in a van when we got lost. We were going around the hotel. And you're just a super nice guy, man. And I was like, oh, there's that cool guy that knows everybody. And I was like, I hope he thinks I'm cool too. And you brought me right in. And so God bless you, bro. Thank you. Shout out to my man, Jesse. Jesse Ebb of the house. Jesse, I love you, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. And everything's going well your way, my friend. Sui ripping, Deep Book ripping. Let's take a look at Deep, man. Let's talk about my baby Deep, because Deep doesn't care. I did buy back my Deep, just in case you didn't know. But let's say the weekly a little hot. The daily a little hot back. Ooh. Deep back down there too. Some good prices for Deep Book Protocol. But Sui and Deep have been hot. Deep ripped. Now we got this kind of, nice little flag brewing for Deep Book Protocol. It's so funny. If you look at it, every influencer, they're saying the altcoins are about to rip. Just a couple more days. We're going to get the inauguration and everything's going to fly. Regulation, pump, pump, pump. And it's it. It's over. You're going to the moon. 27 cents for Deep Book Protocol, possibly. But it may bounce off 14.5 first. If Sui stays hot and Sui continues to pump, we got some love here for Deep Book Protocol. I don't know. I'll tell you right now, that doesn't look amazing to me. That's bearish divvy at its best. It bounced off some wickage, so you'd have to pray that it's going to make some, you know, like right here. Previous, but that's some strong bearish divergence there. And you can see the RSI pointing all the way down. End of the day, it's like a bigger rising wedge. That could end up just coming up and breaking back down to where it began. 68% of the time, that will break right back down here somewhere to 3, and Sui just won't be the play. I don't know. 3-day chart looks pretty good. So it looks like 410 is going to be your like local bottom. And maybe somehow, some way, Sui works its way out of here. Bitcoin doesn't dump on us. You know, and somehow we make this parabolic move for Sui. This is like the way innovation is moving. People coming in, like new altcoins. Like this is what you think would happen. But it's just like stifling with the Bitcoin dumpage and then no nothing, you know. Sui goes back up there somewhere to like 885. But there is some bearish div there. I gotta be honest on the 3-day chart. The only thing I like is that the 21 is very close to price action. That's pretty bullish. So that gives me some hope that Sui may hold $3.97, $4. All right. Did you just say 60% of the time it works every time? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, always sunny, always Colorado. What did he say? Yeah. No, but I didn't say that. I did not say that. I said 68% of the time a rising wedge breaks to the downside. Yeah. I didn't think, but that's not what I said though, just to be honest. 68% of the time a rising wedge breaks down to where it began. Yeah, I don't know if that sounded like something else, but 68% of the time a rising wedge breaks down to where it began. Yeah. How about SEI? Bitcoin showing signs of getting a bounce off the 5-minute. I do this all the time. I use the 5-minute 200 MA to make a trade. Low stochastics. I put my guts on the line here. Can we make 2 racks and only risk about $300? I mean, that would be pretty sweet. Pretty awesome trade. Should we full board it? Where's 1,200 for 10 grand and make this puppy a real big one? Let's go, Sammy. Stop holding back. Let's show them what we do. Make 10 racks today and take back what is yours. No, I don't go too hard. That's how you lose it all. I just wanted to get you excited. Your heart was racing, wasn't it? You thought we were going to go hard. You thought it was going to be crazy. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Seth, what are you doing for Vegas? Hotels don't have good Wi-Fi. That's my only issue. But I like staying at the hotels when I go to Vegas. So up and down. But they never have the best Wi-Fi. It's like not good enough to stream. That's what's happened to me. Starlink, but does Starlink even work in a hotel? PPAI, this looks pretty good to me. I don't know what this is. Somebody just asked me about it. We threw it up here. And Profit Pilot AI. I mean, sounds like exactly what it is. Like an AI bot to help you trade, right? I like that already. Profit Pilot is your go-to investor advisor specializing in emerging technologies like decentralized physical infrastructure networks, decentralized science, and artificial intelligence. While these are his specialties, he's also well-versed in all things crypto, understands meme coins, decentralized finance, and the importance of blockchain infrastructure. Profit Pilot. I mean, pretty interesting, right? And this thing just came out for Wrapped ETH. I don't know anything about it. Someone just super chatted it, but it looks good to me. If Bitcoin can get the bounce, if somehow we don't get devastatingly dumpy, which looks highly likely, but if somehow, some way we squeak out, and even with the devastation today, this coin looks hot, doesn't it? The speculator in me makes me want to possibly take a double up in this thing. It could go to 18. It's got a $1.6 million market cap. It's on base. So you get on Aerodrome, right? We are cooked. It does look like we are cooked, yeah. Bitcoin, though, getting the bounce, man, is how you make $156 in 10 minutes. Think about a waiter has to sit there and wait a table, make $50-$60. We can make $150 in less than 10 minutes in our house. And what you think without my pants on, but I got pants on, so don't even play me. And I showed you how to buy the bounce of the 200 MA. Should have put $1 million on that and walked away. paid in the shade. No, I'm just. Look, now you're already up $200. That's a beautiful trade there. A quick scalpelino. And it was a 2,000. We only used $2,000. It's not like we were big shots here. At 26x leverage makes it a $57,000 trade. And wow, what a nice bounce there for BTC. Now, the 15-minute cracks the 200 MA. We're going to get an even bigger pump. A real nice pump. We could get rejected too, though. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Finding out what's going to happen in the back end of the shells. Sorry, just messing around. It's like, it reminds me of something I hear. If you bought alts 3 weeks ago, you are right now. What leverage are you trading on? On 26x. And also, make sure that you're not over leveraging yourself. If you don't know how to trade leverage, please use a demo account for a long period of time until you really understand it. Understand your risk. All right. The 50-minute looks so bad. I know, it makes me want to just kind of scalp right now. Definitely start moving the stop loss a little closer to the 2. See how I'm moving the stop loss up? That's an easy swing. You know, stop loss updated right there, it tells me. Nice pump here for Bitcoin, though. And what we could look at it is like it's a flag like so. And we're breaking out of the flag now for a monster. This would have a monster leg. I know you don't believe me, but that's the measured move. The measured move takes us back to 96,360 for BTC. I usually sell early, but then the times I don't sell early, it can come back on me. So I'd rather just always sell early and watch it pump. All right, because then I know I'm guaranteed to win. Look, stop loss to break even. They can't take me down now. They can't take my money out my purse. All right. And look, we just got rejected by the smooth moving average. Trouble in paradise. What I like here is I could take this money. If it goes up and down and get sideways, I can likely get back inside the trade. So I'm going to go right up here and be willing to take this money right here. You see? It's also a Thursday, and I shouldn't be greedy. If I can do this twice today in 10 minutes, or 4 times in 10 minutes, that's 30 minutes to make about 180. After taxes, after taxes and after fees, they're going to hit me a little bit more. All right. And there, I just pushed myself up to take the money from the rejection of the 200 MA. You don't have to be a big shot. Take charts more and more and just keep continuing to pay yourself. Now, what's likely, if we're bullish, I'm going to be able to set this trade up again and pretty much do the same thing. The 200 should move up a little bit. Price action should get tight. And I should be able to make this same trade. What happened to my music over here? So this looks like, so we could go from back to 97,603. And my stop loss would have to be a little lower. Now, I like the low stochastic. It looks beautiful. See that? And above the 200, everything still looks good to me. Like we could continue to get a move here to the upside. Now, I already have money in the bank. So if I put a $200 stop loss, right? That's already, let's just say that's a break-even day for me. 350, I only lose. So now I can, you know what I'm saying? It just gives you a little more confidence in your next trade, I find. And the trade should be making the right shoulder. I should be able to make that entry and continue. Wow, Bitcoin continued to pump, though, 94,330. I followed you on the trade, made $180. Who made gains on that trade and made some gains? Shout out to everybody here if you locked in some profits on a sketchy Thursday. It's one of the hardest days to trade here with the bank holiday and everything. I mean, come on, man. So if you made gains today, you're doing amazing. Today's not an easy day to trade, but so far my strategies are playing out and the things that I look at are doing well. Shout out to the 333s in the house. Shout out to all my lifers banging on them to the upside. Shout out to Master Friend, Love Learning, and everybody here on the live. If you want to learn more about my strategies, how I trade, jump on into the trading group. Go to cryptolifer.com and find out more. Hit the link and you can sign up to the trading group today. Unlock financial freedom and join us today. Unlock other one who's just showing you how to make 100Xs and look at all we did. I teach you how to trade any market in the world for the rest of your life. Like the education I give you, you'll have for a long, long time. Sign up for a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual. I do look at 10Xs, 5Xs, and we do scan the market, and I do know where to go, and we have fun doing that. But at the most part, I want you to learn how to trade with me. I want you to learn a skill you can take with you for the rest of your life in any market, in any time. and really put it to work. So if that excites you, if you like just pushing yourself to the limit, if you want to be around people that like to educate themselves, sign up to the trading group today. It'll rub off on you. If you want to be around people that show up on the same time every single day, stay consistent. If you have trouble with consistency, if you want to rework your subconscious mind, you beat yourself up, you have negative self-talk, it's time to join the trading group. We're going to let you talk to yourself in a positive way. You're going to see people pushing you every day. Join that trading group today. It'll get in your mind. It'll get in your head every single day. Something, even 1 month in my trading group. $99. I'm telling you, will change the way you look at yourself and the way you look at the world. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water. Let's stay let's stay liquidated. Let's stay hydrated. And God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in here to the live. So Sweet holding us down regardless. And, perfect sell there for BTC. We're kind of in limbo now. And we want to see this make a right shoulder get tight. And now the 21's really coming across the 200 now. See, this is where I really should have entered the trade. Like, this is the more better. I was a little aggressive at the last entry. I made a very aggressive entry there. We could have easily lost the 200. Now the risk is 300 for 1,400. It's almost a 5-to-1, you see? Yeah, I'm bringing it all the way down to a 416, right? Yeah. Like that. Safer trade. I could go higher too. And these are the things you have to see. This is a different, this stop loss at 93.592 is different than a stop loss at 93.262. It's a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. The other one's a 6-to-1. One you might risk 200 for 800. One might be 100 for 900. You got to understand, but one might be closer to the bone for less money. One might be further away for more money. You might not be able to handle the bigger loss. You might get hit too fast on this. You might have to bring down the actual amount in the position. So, you're going to have to play with this stuff in demo to find out where you stand and what position sizes you like. This takes time because there's a bunch of parameters. There's all these different options, right? And clicking each one changes the trade. And as you go through, you're going to have to know, how do I want to do this? And you'll figure it out as you go, but it's going to take time. And why not demo trade that instead of losing all your money? It's just pointless. So that's what we encourage here in my trading group, to learn. So you have the education. The gains will come if you get the education. If you just chase gains all day long, I don't know, man. You'll get some gains, you'll come, but will you know how to use it? Will you know what to do? And you won't have a skill you can use for the rest of your life. Bitcoin still says it's dumping on us, and it's going to dump on our face. So regardless of this little game I'm playing in the small time frame, we got a resistance here at 96.4, 94.6. We could lose the 200 MA, and it just doesn't look amazing right now, to be honest. You still have resistance at 95,300 and resistance there at 96K. You got to get back above 96,000 to remain bullish. So a little pump was there. That's why I took profits pretty quick. It's a Thursday with low volume and the banks are closed. Sketchy day to be trading. The fact that I even went in and out there for 2,000 shows, again, a skill level, but at the same time, be careful, please. And people would laugh, it's only $180. You don't make anything. You're not a big shot. But that's not easy to do. I used $2,000 to make. I just almost made 10% of my money in 10 minutes. That's not easy to do. Trust me, look at the percentages, look at the amount of money I'm using, and try to replicate it over and over again. It won't be that easy as you think it is. So someone that mocked me might just think, hey, I didn't realize. So holding 230, though, I like what we're seeing here. And a strategy is a strategy. 21 curving up. Everything kind of sitting where I like it to. The curve there on the RSI isn't amazing. 15-minute looks hungry, though, for the 21 and for the 200 MA. I like it. That's how it starts. The 1 hour looks like it's going to bounce. Look, there it is. That looks like a nice shoulder right there. The 1 minute looks nice for a pump. 1 minute looks like it's going to pump right now. So what I could do is I could enter the trade now again right here. Basically pretty much at the sell point. And so I'm going to enter in again. I'm going to raise that to the limit. It will click me in, and there I am. Now, I can only lose $100 in the day. It won't be the worst day in the world. $1,400 in, $38,000 trade. All right. And that way, I'm always managing risk. The next trade's smaller than the first trade. Don't have to be greedy here. Greedy people get slaughtered. And there's another live trade here on the channel. So we did live trade today. We did exactly what it said we would do. And we got a bit of a bounce off the 200 MA. And so far, the system that I teach to buy when you cross the 1 minute 200 MA is still in the money if you bought right here, and could end up becoming the bottom of the actual day or the bottom of the entire market. That could have been some of the lower prices you ever get before we actually rip all the way back to all-time highs. And everyone's like, but you're so bearish, Sam. I'm open-minded. I don't know what's going to happen. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. I know nothing but the fact of ignorance. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go, everybody. It could rip to 98,000 today. It could dump to 89. Both of those are possible and on my radar. What I do know is if we dump to 89,000, we'll lose the 1 minute 200 MA. I do know that. And once we lose that, I'll be unaware and I'll be able to see the probabilities are high that we're going to dump. So I'm going to be one of the first people that can see what's going to happen because I look at the charts every couple of hours, every hour really. I don't leave it alone. I'm obsessive compulsive. My brain is hyperactive. And this is what I do every single day for habit. So while you have a job or something else to do, I'm sitting there in the charts. I get paid every day to go over Bitcoin. And so I'm going to continue to do my job. So I'm not stressed. We'll figure it out. No matter what, there will be opportunity. And no matter what, we will find it. Period. And that's it. There's no other way. The confidence will create the opportunity. Remember, everyone always says, oh, I got to feel motivated, but I lack motivation. There isn't, it's funny. My mentor, Jim Rohn, said, it's a funny thing about motivation. It's not always there. And if you rely on it, you're not going to go too far. And I said, what does he mean motivated? Yeah, you will be motivated the first week, the second week, the third week, maybe. But maybe not the second month, maybe not the second, there might be a time where you're the 30th day, the 50th day of doing something. You just don't have the motivation. But if you have the discipline, you'll get up and you'll do it anyway. I worked out today. I wasn't that motivated to do it. But I knew I had to do it to feel. My mind said, if you don't keep working out, you're going to look like someone that doesn't work out. And then you're not going to like the way you look. And then you're going to be, I said, so if you want to look good and you want to be proud of yourself and you want to be the leader of a trading group and be in control, then you got to work out every day, Sam. I said, you owe it to everyone that follows you. You owe it to the trading group. You owe it to your family. You owe it to your kids. You owe it to God to show them that, I find working out a form of prayer. Some would say, how? Well, some people could sit and pray all day and then they could be overweight. But God gave you a beautiful body to take care of. If you take it, my dad always said, take care of what God gave you. That's how you show thanks to God. He said, actions speak a lot louder than words. You show God, you work out every day. I mean, there's some people that don't believe in God and work out then, right? But I get it. You could say funny philosophies. But for me, it's for me. So my connection is, hey, you gave me this beautiful body. You gave me this beautiful life. I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to show you that I'm going to take care of it so I can, use it to the best of my abilities to help others, right? Amen. Everybody, I love you. So if you didn't work out today, there's still time. And we got a live trade cooking right now. If you just joined the stream, I just entered a live trade. See if we can get this bounce here off of 94,000 and stay above the 200 MA in the 5-minute time frame. Almost looks like a kind of slanted head and shoulder, though. I see it a couple ways, shoulder, head, shoulder. It's also a very high risk day to trade. Be very careful on your trades today. If you want with me, it might be a good time to just pack it in. Not every day is a day to keep it moving. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. All right. Let's take a look at the super chats here that may be looming before I jump on out of here. ADA, NASDAQ, SHIB, TMAI, AERO, FWOG, and JASMY. Yeah, I did 800 on this trade. I'm happy and satisfied. Thank you, Sammy. Sorry I can't share profits. I'm in debt. Thanks again. Hey, man, whatever makes you happy, brother. I just want you to be happy. And we get to 1,000 likes. Let's get 1,000 likes. We got 933. Let's get those 1,000 likes, everybody. Every single day we've been hitting it. It would be nice to just continue to hit that. Let's look at Cardano on MEXC. So Cardano looked great on the weekly, a little high though, but it did pump above weekly support. Once you go above weekly support, it's a pretty good sign for all coins. It just may take 4 to 5 more weeks of sideways price action for whatever reason before a bigger pump, something like that, you see? But I mean, I'm pretty bullish for that Cardano can stay above 80 cents. Sad that it did lose $1 though. Someone said, you think more possible dump? I don't think, so I have no idea. I just look at the charts. Let's look at the NASDAQ, the NQ at 21.3. So we got a fib drawn there for whatever reason. Again, you got this really strong div that I haven't seen in a long time. That tells me you're going to bounce. Divergence that strong creates a bounce. I can't tell you why. Maybe the dollar's going to retrace here. So, boom. I see this bouncing. I see it breaking above 21.5 and getting a bounce based off the bullish div here. So I'm calling a bounce of the NASDAQ back to 21.8 at least, and then we'll see what happens from there. All right, let's take a look at SHIB from an awesome patron here of the Crypto Lifers. And shout out to all the beautiful people, man. 2,500 people still here. Are you crazy? This is amazing. God, dear Lord, thank you for everyone, man. I remember when the stream had 300 people, 200 people. I'm so blessed to have one of the biggest streams of crypto. I'm so humbled by it. And I really want to be humbled today and really just say, hey, you know, some days I flash, right? I get a little cocky. It's just kind of part of the Aries flair. But just know in my heart of hearts, man, I only flash and be cocky because I know of the pain that I've gone through. And when the days are good, I want to celebrate the good days because I knew there was pain coming, right? I mean, you know, I'm just saying I didn't know when, but you know, charts aren't always up. Look at this chart. That was pain. That was pain. That was pain. Up, up. It's not up only. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. We just hope we go further to the upside each time, right? Shiba Inu has this beautiful resistance and support right there, which seems to be holding at about 1.9, around 220, you know, if you want to call it 20. And this would have to be a double bottom for a pump. I see a beautiful cup and handle, and the measured move would take you to 48, which would be more than a double up from 2. But it's crazy. We're going to have a whole leg up, a mass amount of liquidity, a bunch of retail only for a certain coins to double up. So it's kind of sad about this route. Like, if you know, so you had to be in here and you had to wait, then you couldn't sell. And so it's been a very, very, when we finally get out, or the people that got in really early here in January of 2024, right? This is really where the money was made, buying in October of 2023. Then this is when we bought all our stuff right down here. This is a lot of stuff we still hold, if you were with me, throughout all my streams, that we bought right around these areas, right? We bought at these key levels. So that's what it's all about there, buying at those key levels too. So, yeah. Again, where I stand, I just realized I got to stand over here, man. Anyway. Where I stand, baby. Where do you stand? How do you stand? And what do you stand for? Let's take a look at OMIKAMI. Amaratsu OMIKAMI. Amaratsu. So the last time I looked at it, it was in this long falling wedge. It did get a bounce. Shoulder head, possible right shoulder. Making somewhat of an uptrend there, and it's in a little bit of a flag. Chance this thing pumps back to 8. It's all about bitty Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks like it may be losing 94K here. At the edge of it's at a very, and look, that could be a lower high for a dump. Trades in the muck now too, so just be careful, everybody. Very iffy price action, very sideways price action. Let's take a look at TMAI. On Mexi. So this thing was so hot. We got it at 0.1. It's still up a 4x. And, you know, it's going to run the ecosystem of token metrics. Unless we have a massive bear market, which could happen, you know. Even if we go sideways for a while. And that just tells me that's the perfect place to be buying it. 786 retracement. Awesome. And the pump back to 1115. I own this coin. I think it's awesome. They gave it to me for free too. So we'll see what happens. All right. Shout out to the 1,000 likes. I knew you people would do it. God bless you all. Thank you to 1,048 likes, $98 in chat revenue. Still got 23 people here on the live. God bless everybody here. Mind your biz. holding me down. All right. We looked at PAAL already. That's going to be a chat, so you can go look at that back in there on the stream. Let's take a look at Aerodrome and FWOG. AERO, baby. AERO always seems to get pounded. Coinbase likes to sell it off. Back to 121 again. Man. And I just look at this cup and handle like it could do some damage. Slower. I mean, you guys, you'd have to say, I guess, it lost that support. There was a little bit of support there, 129. I mean, people front ran it, but I felt like it could have gone lower. A buck, I could see it back at a buck too. Man, we've been holding since 30 cents. It double topped twice at 233. I was like, I should sell it both times. I'm like, no, it's the bull run. So crazy. I did an 8x, right? It's like the next run I'm going to sell, and then the market's going to really rip. It's like, that's what's weird about this market. I mean, it's going to induce people to sell early. Yeah. But what are you going to do? As long as you make gains, it doesn't matter. AERO Weekly needs to get on top of that 21, and I finally did it, and I lost my lens. I knew it, but it made it to the whole end of the stream. Now I got weird looks. Let's take a look at FWOG. I mean, I never bought this coin, and it's just, I tell you, man, any meme just dumping. People are scared now, and they have no utility, so there's no reason to hold it if no one else is holding it. So it's all about who's dumping who, and they're just dumping. Nasty, man. And then JASMY. JASMY I like, I hold long term. It was doing okay, but it's also a boring coin to hold. They're making it tough to hold these coins. It's a beautiful uptrend, though. You can't hate on that. Even if it came all the way back down here, it's still beautiful. That's a beautiful uptrend. And so I'll take the uptrend, man, and I'll stay positive. Retesting support here. Good chance it gets a bit of a bounce, but maybe not. It could go lower. If it goes lower, it goes lower. I love this coin. I'm still in it. And since the beginning, it's been hot, so yeah. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to 333. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. ACT, I'm going nowhere, holding that AERO bag tight. Amen. Amen. Shout out to all the super chats and everyone that gave today. We really appreciate it. It's very nice of you. You didn't have to do it, but you did, brother. We look at JASMY. Shout out to Ivan Roke. Shout out to Tengu. This is Mint God. I've been a lifer since 2018. This man has put food on the plate. That's what the wise should all do. Thank you, lifer. Amen. God bless Tengu Makun. Since 2018, man. I mean, I started in 2019, but hey, man, you, Mint God. God bless you, Mint God. Thank you. Shout out to BTC Dominance from Blazed 420. Keeping it real on SHIB. Happy 2025. Take a look at the daily Cardano chart. Similar head and shoulder got invalidated before the alt season run to 230. God bless. I hope. We looked at PAAL Aerodrome from Ahmed. Turan Bar. We have lost the 50 MA on the daily for the NASDAQ in a while, and the bears are kind of consolidating the price right above it. Very important day tomorrow. Amen. We looked at TMAI. Shout out to Arnold, Joe Logan, Amaratsu. And we looked at PPAI. That looks really good, actually. Dev was showing strength. God bless you, my brother. Can you look at gold? I'm also watching you from Tampa. Close by Raymond J Stadium. Excellent work you do. Shout out to Juan Rodriguez. Thank you so much, man. I've checked POPCAT on the 15. It's going to rip. Hulk Solano. We'll take a look. POPCAT looks real good. You look like you're spamming at that point. Prepaid team. Can you check GALA? We did. Send. Yeah. POPCAT looks nice right now. They got me. I see everyone tries to get me to, like, let's take a look at gold and POPCAT, and then I'm going to run out of here. Looks like Bitcoin's going to struggle here and not make it. It's all about the 200. If it loses the 200, it dumps. If not, it pumps. It's all about the 200 MA here on the 5-minute time frame. So I live and die by it. If it doesn't hold it, I make the money. If it doesn't hold it, I lose. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. So let's take a look here. What was just asked about was POPCAT and gold. Let's take a look at gold here. Now, gold looks bullish to me. Like, I don't know if the dollar is going to start to finally pull back, but look at this. Might come down a little bit more and get tight, but I see gold making a big pump and headed big time. By March of 2025, I can see gold at 3,500. So this says there's going to be some big moves coming, not to be stressed. And gold, Bitcoin, all that stuff's going to rip. Gold looks good to me. I like what I'm seeing for gold. And we'll take a look at POPCAT on MEXC. You said it looked great on the 15-minute. I just don't agree with that. I guess there might have been a flag here on the 15 a little bit. I don't know. It doesn't look amazing to me. I'd wait for it to get above the 200 MA on the 15 before I even touched it. A little bit of strong bullish divergence, though. That could be your last, your bottom buy like Bitcoin. This could be some of the, but this says you're going down to 88,000, and I see lower prices. Even though I'm scalping right now in the smaller time frame, I need way more confirmation. The 4-hour would have to break above the 200 MA for me to be bullish again. We'd have to get back above 97.2. There's a lot of things on my checklist. Right now, the bears are in control until those things are checked off 100%. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for jumping on in and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. We had an amazing live stream. Thank you so much for all your love. I appreciate it. I have links down below if you want to jump on into anything that we got going on. If you want to sign up to Weeks, MEXC, you want to learn how to trade, demo trade, whatever is your fancy, we're here for you 7 days a week. It does not matter. We don't shy away just because the market starts to dump. I've gone through 2 bear markets. I can do it again. It's not fun, but we're here no matter what. There's opportunity every single day, whether it's to learn how not to do what you did before, whether it's to push yourself, whether it's to see if you could be positive in despite the market. Whatever it is, you've got this. You can make it happen. All right. And may God bless each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Do you know what the secret to success is? It's getting started.